I attended a quiet suburban middle school. Nothing crazy happened there, until the day our school went into lockdown. It was early October, last period of the day. Kids were tired, some half asleep. Then the loudspeaker crackled and our principal shouted, "Lockdown. This is not a drill. Teachers, secure your classrooms immediately." Every student froze. You could hear desks scraping, teachers rushing to turn off lights, windows being covered, whispers of confusion. Our teacher made us sit on the floor near the wall, away from the door. The hallway outside was silent except for distant slamming noises. After a few minutes, I realized I had to pee badly. I tried to wait, but panic made it worse. I asked my teacher in a whisper and she shook her head sharply. I whispered again, almost begging. She finally nodded and whispered, "Go, slowly, don't make noise." She stepped into the hallway, checked both sides, and signaled me to go directly to the boys' restroom. The hallway felt wrong. The lights were dimmer than usual, the silence heavier. When I pushed the bathroom door open, it squeaked. I cursed under my breath and hurried to a stall. As soon as I sat down, I heard footsteps come into the restroom. Slow footsteps, not in a hurry. I froze. Another stall door creaked open. I whispered, "Hello, you're not supposed to be in here." No answer. Then I heard breathing. Slow, heavy, shaking breathing. It sounded like someone trying to hold back crying or laughing. I waited, heart pounding. Then, from the stall next to mine, a voice whispered, "Are you hiding too?" I whispered, yeah, you." No reply. Then I heard something that made my blood freeze. Scratching, like fingernails scraping the metal divider between our stalls. Slow, rhythmic scratching. I whispered, "Stop. Seriously, stop." The scratching got louder, then the voice said, "He's in the hallway. Don't go out. He'll see you." A chill went down my spine. I stayed silent. After a few seconds the voice whispered again, "He's coming. He's looking for the little ones first." My legs began shaking. Suddenly I heard the bathroom door creak open again. Footsteps. Heavy ones. Not student shoes. More like boots. They came closer, stopped near the sinks. A deep voice muttered something, but I couldn't understand the words. Then, slam slam slam, he kicked each stall door open one by one. Getting closer. I held my breath. My stall door was the next one. I saw his boots through the crack. Dirty boots, streaked with something dark. He slowly pushed my stall door, but the lock held. He pressed his hand against it, then let it go, and he whispered, "I know you're in there." Then he walked away. The footsteps faded, the door creaked. Silence. Then I bravely whispered again to the other stall, "We need to get out." No response. I peeked under the divider. There were no feet in the stall next to me, no backpack, no shadow, no one. The stall was empty. Later that day, after we were escorted out by police, I saw my teacher again. I told her what happened and she turned pale. She whispered, "That bathroom was taped off. It was empty the entire lockdown. Nobody should have been in there." Who was whispering to me, and who told me about the little ones? To this day, I still hear that scratching sound whenever I'm alone in a public restroom. This happened during my senior year of high school. We had a substitute teacher that week, an older guy with graying hair and thick glasses. He barely talked, just handed out worksheets and sat at the desk. Nobody thought much of him. Then Thursday came. I remember this clear as day. He walked in, looked at all of us, and said in a surprisingly flat voice, "Don't sit near the windows today." We laughed at first, thinking he was joking, but his face stayed expressionless. Then, later that morning, during second period, the lockdown alarm blared. We all jumped. This was real. The substitute calmly walked to the door and turned off the lights. He motioned us to sit against the wall. A few minutes passed. We could hear someone jiggling a doorknob down the hall. Multiple footsteps. Then a faint tapping against lockers. Tap, tap, tap. Someone whispered, "Is it the police?" The substitute said softly, "No, don't move. Don't speak. They'll pass. They'll." He acted like he knew whoever was outside. Suddenly, a loud bang against our door. The whole class gasped. Someone tried opening our locked door, shaking it violently. Then, the most chilling thing I've ever heard. A voice on the other side whispered, "We know you're in there. We saw you go inside." The substitute didn't move, didn't speak, didn't panic. Finally, the footsteps walked away. After what felt like forever, he whispered, "They always check this room first." One girl whispered, "What do you mean always?" He didn't answer. Police eventually escorted us out. Hours later, when everything was over, rumors started spreading. Turns out, there was no substitute teacher on schedule that week. The office had no record of him. He never signed in. He never gave his name. He literally just showed up, taught for 4 days, and disappeared. Security footage showed classrooms, hallways, stairwells, but never showed him entering or leaving the building. No one knows who he really was, but he saved our lives, because later, when police caught the intruders, they confessed they were planning something horrific in the room with the windows, and the substitute had forced all of us to sit where we couldn't be seen. Every time I walk into that classroom, I look at the corner desk where he used to sit, wondering if he was even human. This happened in 2019. Our school was overcrowded. Extra lockers had been installed along certain hallways, so it wasn't strange to see random numbers. But by mid-November, one locker began creeping everyone out. Locker number 329. No one saw anyone use it. No one had the combination. It didn't appear on assigned lists. When teachers tried opening it, the lock wouldn't budge. Kids started saying it was haunted. Of course, we joked about it, until the day of the lockdown. We were in gym class when the sirens went off. Coaches ordered us into the locker rooms. There were around 20 of us, huddled in the dark. 10 minutes passed. We heard footsteps above us, on the gym floor. Then we heard the hallway door open. Then lockers being opened, one by one, clang, clang, clang. Like someone was going down the row, checking each locker. Someone whispered, "They're looking for someone." Nobody moved. Then it stopped. Total silence. Suddenly, the emergency lights flickered on in the hallway for a split second. And we all saw it, a shadowy figure standing directly in front of locker number 329. It was tall, unnaturally thin, shoulders hunched, like its bones were twisted. We couldn't see its face. It slowly leaned forward, like it was trying to listen through the locker. Then the lights flickered off again. Everyone held their breath. We heard metal creak, then the sound of locker number 329 being pulled open. But that shouldn't have been possible. It was locked tight. Not even teachers could open it. We heard whispering, soft, faint whispering. Then we heard something else, a scream, a short, muffled, painful scream, like someone being dragged inside. Then, silence. When police finally cleared the building and ended the lockdown, we rushed to the hallway. Locker number 329 was wide open, but there was nothing inside. No books, no backpack, just darkness. The school had maintenance remove the locker that same week. They found something that still makes my skin crawl. Behind the locker, hidden in the wall, was a crawl space. Inside it, old clothes, a student ID from 1998, scratches on the wall like someone had tried to claw their way out, and words carved into the brick. "Don't open from the outside." What was in that locker? Who screamed? And who, or what, was trying to get out? I never saw locker number 329 again. But sometimes, when the school halls are quiet, people swear they hear someone whispering near that wall.